Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Mocha Jules, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are one of my returning babes, hey beautiful. So today's video, we are doing a get ready with me. As you can see, I am going to a wedding. We're going to a wedding. We are super duper late, so we are definitely about to run out of here. So we're gonna be chit-chatting while we get ready, and I hope you enjoy today's video, and I hope to see you beauties at the end of this video. All right beauties, hey girl, hey. So I went ahead and I did my eyebrows off camera, and we are about to start on our eyeshadow. I'm pretty nervous. I don't know why. I get nervous talking on camera for some odd reason, and I have to do it all the time, yet I'm nervous every single time. But I guess I don't know, what am I afraid of? I don't know if I'm afraid to say the wrong thing. I don't even know what that means. I'm just trying to find a reason as to why am I so nervous talking on camera still. So anyways, as you know, we are getting ready to go to my friend's wedding. I'm so excited. We've been waiting for this day, and it's here, girl. It is here. So I'm preparing for it. It's an all black wedding, so I'm wearing a black dress that I got from J Lux label. I'm gonna have the picture here, and I'm gonna show you how I look when I have it on. I'm excited. And I'm gonna make sure I take pictures tonight. I'm gonna make sure. Well, let's try to make sure. But anyways, so let's get right ahead because it's already 1 and we're going to Miami, and it's about a 40-minute drive from where we stay. So yeah, we gotta get started. So anyways, before we get started with this whole chit chat and get ready with me, I haven't done one of these in a long time. Let me go ahead and let you babes know what I'm gonna do. I'm pretty much doing the same thing that I usually do when I do my makeup, nothing different. But you know, for those, if this is your first time watching my video, I'm gonna make sure I let you know everything that I use today. So, and then if by the time, you know, I'm done talking about what we're talking about today, I'm just gonna continue doing my makeup until the end. And yeah, so I have my, I was gonna say Real Techniques, but Real Techniques number 402 brush is the same thing as this brush. This is pretty much a dupe. I have this brush, and I'm gonna set my, well, prep my lids before I apply my eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Stay Naked Cookie Concealer in the shade 70NN, which looks like this. I have to re-up on this. I have to do like a Sephora shop. I have to like shop more products at Sephora before the year end, so I can remain a Rouge member next year. But I am running out of products, so I do have to re-up on some things. And I'm gonna start trying to get on my Ulta game too, because I heard that Ulta points is something really good. So I'm gonna start doing Ulta too. I do shop at Ulta, but not as often as I do Sephora. But I heard Sephora points rewards points thing is very more rewarding than Sephora's. So we're gonna try that for 2025. So after I set my lids, well, prep my lips with the concealer, I'm gonna set it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the shade medium deep. All right, so let's get talking. All right, so today's conversation, we're gonna be talking about, since I'm going to a wedding, so I'm like, okay, let's sit down and chit chat about the journey to my wedding. I know I have a video on my channel with me and my hubby, basically answering questions about our wedding and stuff, but you know, I never actually sat down and, you know, talked about, you know, basically my point of view of being a pandemic bride, you know. So, you know, I'm like, okay, while we sit here and get our makeup done, well, do our makeup, why not you know, chit chat about it and stuff. Where do we begin, girl? Where do we begin? So okay, so I got engaged in 2019, right? But let's rewind back to 2018 when I thought Will was gonna propose to me. Okay, the most embarrassing thing ever, okay, ever. Like, I would never forget this day. But anyways, so 2018, I graduated with my bachelor's degree, right? And I decided that because I was the first in my family to graduate with my bachelor's degree, I wanted to have a party to celebrate, you know, this success, this moment in my life or whatever. So I was like, oh, we're doing it big, whatever. Let's, you know, do a party. I planned it, and my friends helped me or whatnot. So we did that whole shebang or whatever. And throughout the whole process of this of the planning of this party, Will was like, oh, you know, we're gonna get a photographer or whatever. And I'm over here like, photographer for, because I wasn't thinking about getting a photographer or whatever. So side note, I do like to say whatever a lot, so if I keep saying whatever, I'm so sorry that it becomes repetitive. But anyhow, so he was like, we're gonna get a photographer and a videographer or whatnot. And I was like, okay, for what? You know, because in my mind, I'm like, I just want to have a party and I want to celebrate or whatnot. Like, the photographer thing wasn't too big of a deal, but when I heard like videographer too, it was just like, okay, this sounds suspicious and stuff. So I was a bit like, you know, like, okay, maybe he's gonna propose to me that day, because I always say that I wanted to get engaged, you know, in front of people, in front of my family, when my makeup is done, you know, when I'm dressed up and my hair is done, all that. So I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for him to do it. We've been together for, I think 2018, we're together for 4 years already. And I'm like, okay, you know, this is the day he's gonna do it or whatnot. It was just like little things he was doing. I think I can't remember what little things that I thought, or maybe I was just pretty anxious to getting engaged already, that, you know, any little thing I was just like, okay, he's gonna propose to me. So anyhow, so fast forward, the day came or whatever, and you know, everybody was there. It was a lot of people. It was just a beautiful moment and stuff. So there was a moment that came where everybody was like pretty much giving like a speech. Well, whoever wanted to gave a speech of, you know, what they wanted to say to me, and you know, whatever, and all the extra stuff. So his I think his dad was planning on leaving, and I think his dad was stopped from leaving, if I'm not mistaken. And he came on the mic and stuff, and because, you know, Will had his suit, whatever and stuff, so he came on the mic. Actually, you know what, I don't think people were coming on the mic. I think the only person that came on the mic was my mom. So he came on the mic and he basically was giving his speech, and like the things that he was saying, my heart was like, because I'm like, he's about to do it. He's about to propose to me. And it wasn't just me, because, you know, I could say, you know, maybe it's just me, I'm going crazy, whatever the case may be. No, it was not just me. I started seeing people pull out their cameras. I started seeing flashlights. I just started seeing people standing up or whatever. So here I am, just like shake, because I'm like, oh my God, this man is about to propose to me right now, right here. Then he went on to say, no, this is not a proposal. Everyone was like, ah. I was livid. I was freaking livid, because I'm like, what a freak. Did you get on the mic, give that speech, and it's the words that he was using in his speech. I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Because now my mind was over here thinking that when I say my eyes was watery, it's funny now, but it was just like, are you kidding? Men don't be thinking. They really don't. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Like, people started coming on the stage, sitting next to me, rubbing my back, was like, it's okay. Because they even noticed, was like, I don't know what happened here. Like, when I say I was upset, I was mad at him for like a week. Because I'm like, no, you didn't humiliate me like this. I know, when I look at it now, I'm like, dang, babe. But I did go in, because I'm like, are you, I should have broke up with your, like, that's exactly how I felt, because I'm like, oh my God, I know you did not just do that. Anyways, you know, he was very apologetic about it. He was like, that was never his intentions or whatever. So, you know, we got over it or whatnot. But it was just like, dude, don't ever do that to me again. That was so embarrassing. So anyways, let's fast forward. So let's pause just a little bit. So today's palette, we're going to use 2 palettes. I'm going to use my Juvia's Place, the Nubian Earth palette, and I'm going to use my Glam by Cham Natural Glam palette, but I'm only going to use this palette just for my transition shade. Let's see, I'm going to use it for this brown right here, which is called MILF. And then let me show you the eyeshadow palette here. But this palette has pretty much like, because I'm wearing silver accessories, so I pretty much want to use this shade and that shade right here to give that silver effect. And I'm gonna smoke it out because this is like an evening wedding. I really wanted to do gold, but I'm wearing silver, so it's okay. So I'm gonna smoke it out a bit with brown and black, and we're gonna have like the whole shebang. But let's continue. Oh wait, so the brushes that I'm going to be using is my Sephora number 19 brush. This is to smoke out the look. I'm going to use my number 24 brush from Sephora, which is for my transition shade. And I am going to use a flat, you know, slim flat brush like this to apply the shimmer. And I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. If I use a different brush, I'll make sure to tell you. So girl, anyway, so first we're gonna go in with MILF to, you know, apply the shimmer, I mean the transition shade. All right, so anyhow, so then, all right, so fast forward, we're in 2019 or whatnot. I no longer had it in my brain that, you know, he was proposing to me anymore, because that right there, like, honestly, it pissed me off. But honestly, in my mind, I'm like, yo, I ain't going into 2020 still being a girlfriend and stuff, because at the end of the day, you know, we've been together for 5 years, and, you know, we pretty much was shacking, and that's how I felt. And I'm just like, you know, I don't want to live like this for too long and stuff. And but that was my mindset, like, heading towards the end of the year, because I'm like, you know, like, nothing has shaped, nothing has happened, and, you know, like, I just want better for myself, and I want to know, like, where my future is heading and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, you know, because I didn't know too much, like, where, you know, my life was heading and stuff, and I just wanted better for myself. Like, I just wanted to know what we doing, and there was plenty of fishes in the sea who was ready to be with me. So I'm like, okay, like, what we doing? But this was me thinking it and, like, venting to my friends and stuff or whatnot, because I'm like, bro, I just can't go on year 5 and, you know, we're not doing anything. We still living together and stuff with, you know, me doing wifey duties and not. Fast forward, then my birthday was coming around. I promise you, I had no idea. I had no idea what was happening. So I pretty much was planning because that year I was turning, I was turning 29. So I'm like, because I like to, ever since I turned 21, I like to do stuff for my birthday ever since I turned 24 after I lost the baby. I'm like, you know, I just want to celebrate life. I want to continue, you know, celebrating, you know, my myself or whatever. Not 24, I was 20 when I lost Ari. Was that 20? No, after my 25th birthday. I started dating Will when I was 24, but after my 25th birthday, I'm like, you know, I just want to celebrate and pretty much enjoy life and, you know, celebrate just everything, I guess, because of that whole traumatic experience that we experienced and stuff. So anyhow, so I planned you know, a birthday weekend for myself. I'm like, I'm gonna have a pool party, you know, we're gonna enjoy and stuff, have people over, we have a pool in our complex, everybody can come, blah blah blah. So he was like, we're gonna do like a small gathering because my birthday is November 1st. So he's like, October 31st, you know, we're gonna have like a small gathering, we're gonna invite people over. So when he said that, I'm like, no, no, we're not, because I work the next day, and 2, I'm already having something this weekend. So why in the world would I, you know, have like a shindig, you know, on October 31st and stuff when we're already doing something this weekend? Tell me why. I found out later on that I canceled my whole proposal, but I didn't know. I did not know, but because, come on, make it make sense. Like, literally, I worked the next day, and because he was gonna do it at midnight on my birthday, and on top of that, I was already having something that weekend. So I was like, no. Anyhow, so then that's when, wait, pause, because I forgot to tell you guys this one step. So to apply my shimmer, before I apply my shimmer, I'm gonna go in with my NYX glitter primer. which looks like this. I'm going to use a flat brush again to apply this. Just going to apply like a small dot on the back of my palm. Just make sure you babes can see like this. And I do small dots as I go. And if I need more, I'll just apply more and stuff. So I go in with a flat brush. Let's see. Oh, here it is. I'm going to use this flat brush. So this flat brush is what I'm going to use to apply my shimmer, right? So on one side, I'm going to apply this primer. Just go like so. Like that. And then apply it on my lids as if I'm applying the eyeshadow. Anyways, girl. So then that Sunday came, which was November 3rd. To have the pool party, whatever. So one of my friends, it was her birthday, so she was having a brunch. So I went to her brunch first while Will and his cousin was back at the house setting up the pool area for me and stuff. Because, you know, I was celebrating with my friend, and I wasn't gonna have that much time to set up or whatnot. So my friend's brunch was done. I headed home, but tell me why it started pouring rain, like out of nowhere. It was pouring rain. I don't know where it came from, why, but it was just pouring that day. And usually it doesn't pour like that on my birthday. It don't. So anyhow, it was pouring raining. So I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I don't know if everybody's gonna come or whatnot because it's raining. So I sent out a message. I'm like, you know, we still having the event. It's just gonna be moved to inside of our apartment. Mind you, our apartment was a 2-bedroom. It wasn't that big. And but I'm like, you know, we're gonna turn it into like a game night or whatever. And then sure enough, surprisingly, people did show up. And who was it? I forgot who it was. I went inside of, my sister, I think my sister finally came or something like that. And my sister came. We went into my bedroom, and I was just, no, me and my cousin. It was me, my cousin, and my sister, I think. We went into my bedroom, and or it wasn't just me and my cousin. I don't remember. It was something like that. It was either me, my cousin, my sister, or me and my cousin. Something in that nature. So we went into my room, and I was pretty much like upset in a way, in a little bit, because I'm like, damn, you know, here we are on my birthday weekend. All this is going on. Mind you, I'm just upset about everything. And I'm like, you know, it's like Will still didn't propose to me. Like, you know, this would have been the perfect opportunity, but you know, he's not showing any signs that he is, and blah blah blah. Like, I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I'm so annoyed, blah blah blah. So anyways, he busts into the room, was like, Jules, come on, get out of the room or whatever. What are you doing inside of the room? Get out of the room, whatnot. We're gonna sing happy birthday. So I'm like, whatever, okay. Got out the room. So at first they was like, oh, you know, give your thanks to everybody or whatnot. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, all right, thank you everybody for coming, you know, for coming to celebrate my day with me. I know it's raining and it's not how we wanted it to be, but you guys came and celebrated with me, blah blah blah. So then that's when they was like, all right, let's sing happy birthday. So then they started singing happy birthday to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. I had no thoughts about it. First of all, I was looking like, who done did it? Not like who done did it. My hair was done, but like my face wasn't beat. I wasn't dressed apart. Like, I wasn't cute. I just had like this orange dress on and stuff. So anyhow, everybody was singing happy birthday or whatever, right? Done. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, let's grab the cake. So then that's when Will was like, all right, you know, he's gonna, you know, he's like, oh, thank you everybody for coming. We truly appreciate you guys, and blah blah blah. And then he gave his speech, and then he was like, I know you guys been wondering, when am I gonna turn Jules to an honest woman? And then everybody started screaming. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening right now? Literally in our small apartment, everybody was screaming. Every time I watch the video of how it went down, I start crying because of just how much like everybody, you know, showed love and stuff. You know, I really did not like, it was, for it to have been raining like that outside, mind you, he did not tell anybody what he was gonna do. He was just basically waiting for my sister to get there and waiting for my mom, but my mom was taking too long, I guess. And I just guess he wanted to get it out of the way. I don't know, but my sister was there, and you know, whatnot, and like literally it was filled with people in our little apartment. And the way that everybody was just singing and screaming, people were crying, you know, with me and stuff, like I felt the love in the room, okay? Like it was amazing. And you know, just to have that experience and stuff, like I'm like, even though it didn't go as I wanted it to go, it went perfectly. And it's crazy because they always say, you know, tell God your plans and he will laugh at you, literally laugh at me, ha ha ha, because I wanted my like a full like flowers and photographer or whatever, like all that I wanted, it was not there. But at the end of the day, it was perfect. Can I go back to that day? Okay, so anyways, fast forward, I caught a bad migraine that night, girl. That's another thing. That night, I had a migraine, I guess because of everything that was happening, like because, you know, it was just so much people. Then, you know, because people posted it online, I started getting phone calls because after that happened, you know, we just continued celebrating and stuff. People didn't go home right away or whatever. I caught a migraine. I'm prone to migraines, so it was just a lot. It was just a lot. And that migraine was like, yeah, girl, here I come. But it's okay because, you know, I still rode it through and stuff. But my mom finally made it, and then, you know, I showed her. I was like, oh my god, mommy. But anyway, she was very happy and stuff because she loved her some Will. Okay. So after that day, you know, kept, you know, trying to thank everybody, you know, for, you know, the well wishes and people saying about time, all that, whatever. Once I got my little engagement ring, my big engagement ring, I was like, yeah, y'all know I was waiting for this day. So I already know who I want and this and that. I was doing my research, so I made sure I already, I had my maid of honor already. I already knew who she was. Shout out to Bev. I already knew who my matron of honor was, my sister. I already had an idea who my bridesmaid was gonna be. So we just started planning, and I just boom. And we were like, okay, we're gonna do a bridal proposal, and we're gonna propose to our bridal party and stuff. Plan all that. Got my makeup artist just like that, because one thing about Tia, she be booked. Book. So I was like, no, I need to get her ASAP, so that, you know, she's not booked on that wedding day. Because once me and Will decided that we wanted our wedding on November the following year, 2020, and it was either between November 22nd or November, I think the week before, but we was like, you know, people are already going to be down there for Thanksgiving anyways, so it makes sense for us to do it November 22nd and stuff. So we went looking at the venues to see if they had those dates available, and majority of them did. You know, it was a whole year in advance, so we were good. So once I got that set, we proposed to our bridal party, all that. Then 2020 came. Oh, I love this. I love this eyeshadow look, girl. Look, one thing I can say, and I'm forever grateful, like, God, you did you a big one, is that I am good at eyeshadows. Like, I am great at my eyeshadows, and I'm forever grateful at that, to toot my own horn. But I'm good at this, and but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do have bad days, okay? It's not always like this and stuff, but when I do have my good days, girl, like today, this eyeshadow look is it. I'm feeling it. And the smoky look, it's not like a black, it's like a deep brown. So I'm gonna leave it like this. Let me put my eyeliner, and then we're gonna continue this conversation. But the eyeliner that I'm gonna use is my e.l.f. Expert Liner in Jet Black, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Jet Black. So let's put that on, and then I'm gonna come right back. Girl, look, like, get into it. Anyways, okay, so we're back. We're back. Need to hurry up, I know that much. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and prime my face. So to do that, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. I need to get the big size. I know this is pretty much done, but it's like a vitamin C serum, just like this. And then I'm gonna moisturize my skin with my Dermalogica Skin Smoothing Cream. So we pretty much had to know how many people we were inviting to the wedding, or how many people we wanted to be in the wedding, well, to attend the wedding, including us and the bridal party, so that we can get like you know, estimate of how much we'll be paying for everything and stuff, right? So our number was 300. We said we were having 300 people at our wedding, because I have a big family and I have a lot of friends. His family is not that big compared to mine, but he has a good amount in his family, and he has a lot of friends. Will knows a lot of people. So we had 300 people, and it was just like, how are we gonna do this? I don't know, but we're gonna have 300 people. Like, it's no compromise here, none. We was like, we cannot compromise, and it's just 300 people. I know it sounds like a lot, but that's what we're gonna do, right? Tell God your plan and he will laugh at you. So then that's when 2020 hit and the whole pandemic thing happened. And that's when it was like, yeah, I don't know if your wedding's gonna happen this year. Boom. And it was like, what? So we still was moving, like, you know, we still gonna get married, such as like me, you know, getting fitted for my dress, and having the girls get their measurements, because, you know, some things were still open. It was not like 100% closed. Well, after, like, when everything started opening up again, you know, we continued like moving as if our wedding was still November 22nd and stuff. So we did everything, but then, you know, we was like, okay, we still gonna have 300 people, I guess, because they're not saying anything, right? Because we didn't know like the extent of what was happening. Nobody did. So then everything started getting bad, you know, where people was passing away, and, you know, people were getting really sick or whatever. So then it was like, okay, we're gonna have to cut the numbers down and stuff if, you know, this thing, whatever it is, goes away and stuff. Mind you, I had caught it that year alone. I think I caught it twice. Was it twice? Yeah, I think I caught it twice that year alone. And I even got caught it like a month before the wedding. Yeah. So anyhow, so again, we were still moving as if everything was happening. Girl, I'm like, if we had to pay that much for the wedding, then I can only imagine how much people are paying right now. I'm like, flowers alone was a lot of money, okay? Flowers alone was a lot of money. We had like a lot of things planned, and such as like our bachelorette weekend. Was it bachelorette? Yeah, we wanted to do like a bachelorette weekend, like a staycation. Well, no, we wanted to like go somewhere, but then we couldn't because of the restrictions and stuff. So that was canceled, and then we had like an Airbnb, and then if I'm not mistaken, we couldn't do it. I don't even remember why we couldn't do it. So that had to get canceled. Like, it was just like nerve-wracking, but I was like, Lord, let your will be done. Like, please make this happen. And in my mind, I was like, you know, for the bridal shower, because our bridal shower was in August. Our wedding shower was in August. So I'm like, how am I gonna do this wedding shower and stuff? And then I think I saw it online. I think I saw it. Did I see it? No, I didn't see it. I think we thought about it, of how we're gonna do this. It's either I saw it or I thought about it, and we're like, okay, we're doing a drive-by wedding shower, and then we'll just have like an intimate dinner with our wedding party and our family and stuff. So we did a drive-by wedding shower where people were dropping off their gifts, or we had asked for monetary, because it pretty much like the majority of the wedding was paid by Will and I and stuff. You know, we had help slightly certain places and stuff, but majority of whatever was paid for, I mean, that was due for the wedding was us. Like, me and him was literally working like 3 jobs. I was doing my 9 to 5, then I was doing an at-home call center, and then I was doing after-school tutoring too. Yeah. So and then he was doing his regular 9 to 5, the at-home call center, and FedEx on the weekends. Yeah. So anyways, so it was like, you know, we already in our own place and stuff, so getting like stuff for the house wouldn't make sense, because we already have our stuff. So, you know, monetary gifts, please. So some people, you know, did bring gifts for the house still, but majority did bring what they can give, and we're forever grateful for those who did, because they helped a lot. So we did like a drive-by. wedding shower. People came with their posters, celebrated us, took pictures. We gave them their invitation, their official invitation and stuff. We did like a magazine style. It was very creative and cute. Before we did do our drive-by wedding shower, we had our engagement shoot. We had our engagement shoot. Our photographer, her name is Amy. I love her. She's based in New York. She was gonna come down to do our engagement photo shoot, but because of the whole restriction with New York, she couldn't fly in. So she hit up one of her mutuals, I guess. I don't know the word I'm looking for, which was Stanlow, oh, the goat, and he was able to shoot our engagement for us. Like, it worked in our favor. Like, and it was still the same price that we were gonna pay her and stuff. That money just went to him and stuff. So, oh, we're gonna prep our prime our skin with our Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum, which looks like this. I love this thing. I do. I need to start using something else, or because, you know, I want to give you girls options. I do like my Milk Makeup Hydrated Primer, but I feel like this here is my #1 favorite. Just because of how the makeup glides on with this thing on. Like, it literally grips the makeup. It really do. Like, see, I'm like running out. I gotta keep shaking. I love this thing so much. So much. I gotta get some more. He was able to do our engagement shoot, no extra cost to it. And then we did our video, Domnificent, who did it. She's amazing. All that. So we got that done. It was amazing. And then we did our wedding shower, and we had our dinner right after. It was very intimate. It was really nice and stuff. Again, with our bridal party, and we try to spend as much time as we can with our bridal party. I missed some stuff. Hold on, let me dry my skin first. So for the foundation we're going to use today is our Nars not light reflecting, natural radiant longwear, and this is in the shade Namibia. It looks like this. Oops. And I'm going to use this to put the foundation on there. I've been doing that. Usually I do it on the back of my palm, but as of lately, since I found this, I've been doing it here. This is almost done already. Oh my god, I feel like I just got this. I really did, for my birthday. And I'm going to use this Real Technique brush in the number 259. It's flat. It looks like this. So I skipped a lot of parts. So you're thinking, how many girls did I have in my bridal party? How many people did we have in our bridal party? Both of us, because, you know, we had to match each other. So in total, I had 16 girls. Okay, 16. Not including my maid of honor and my matron of honor. We had 16 girls, and not including my flower girls. This is just the bridesmaids alone. I had 16. It was actually 16 or 15. I think it was 15. It was supposed to be 16. One of the girls had to drop out, so it ended up being 15, if I'm not mistaken. So I had 12 girls in my bridal party, and then I had something called Ladies in Waiting. I just went on Google because it's these 3 younger girls, younger than me, who I look at them as my little sisters, grew up with them, saw them grow up, and we're still close till this day. Our mothers are close and stuff, and I'm like, I want them to be part of my wedding, and to not like have to look for like extra men for them to, you know, partner up with. I wanted them to like be like their own thing. So I went online and I'm like, what's a name? I forgot what I typed in, something, and it showed Ladies in Waiting. And then I looked into like, what would that mean and stuff, you know, because they're still like growing up, and, you know, they're basically ladies in waiting. I don't know if that makes sense. So I was like, ooh, that name sounds really nice. My sister and Bev agreed to it, and we kept the name Ladies in Waiting. So we had 4 of them, and then it ended up being 3 at the end of the day. And yeah, so they pretty much was by themselves, and then the other girls had their partners or whatnot. Yes, we did end up having some people drop out. Well, Will did. Well, I had one. My friend, she ended up getting pregnant, and, you know, she didn't want it to be too much for me and all that stuff, so she stepped down. and I did end up finding a replacement for her. Shout out to my cousin Alex, who accepted this role in such a short span, and I truly appreciate her for that. So when we had like the whole you know, this is how many girls you're having, this is the group, whatever, we created a group. Well, I spoke to my maid of honor, Bev, and my sister, and was like, look, I do not want to be in this group chat. No, this group chat is not for me. I'm trying to go through this whole process stress free, because I know a group of girls can bring a lot of chaos. So I was like, I do not want to be in a group chat. If they have any questions, they need to ask you or you, not me. Now, if you guys don't know how to answer it, then contact me, but keep me out of this group chat. I don't want to be in it. Whatever. Like, I mean, I gave them choices. I did. I gave them a lot of choices, to be honest. More choices than I should have. But, you know, majority of it, I was like, this is how I want the wedding to look like. This is what we're going to have and stuff. So, pause. We're moving to concealer. I'm going to do it differently today. I'm going to apply both concealer. I'm going to apply the concealer and the highlight. So today the concealer I'm going to use, because whenever I use concealer, I go one shade down, one shade lighter, one to two shades lighter than my skin tone. So that's going to be my Stay Naked Cookie Concealer by Urban Decay in the shade 90 NN, which looks like this. And then for my highlight, I go about one to two shades lighter than that concealer that I just showed you guys. So I'm using my Hourglass, this is the Hourglass Vanish concealer in the shade Teak. So I'm gonna apply my darker concealer on the outer corner right here. And then we are going to apply the highlight in the middle, well, in the inner corners. So to contour, I'm just going to go in with my Black Opal Java Dream. All right, now we're gonna blend the concealer. We're gonna use our number 402 brush. Well, it's not number 402, but this brush. That's duplicate to the Real Techniques one. I'm gonna use this brush to blend it. I'm just wiping off the excess. I have more of these brushes, but I definitely forgot to get it before I sat down. And I'm not gonna get up here and get it, so I'm just gonna wipe this off. So we had our colors, everything and whatnot, and I ain't gonna lie. And if, you know, some of the girls do watch this video from the wedding, it was drama. It was, but, you know, it was worth it. Not worth it. It was a happy ending at the end. But like I said, you have a group of girls together, it's chaos. Not always, but a lot of the time it's pretty chaos, especially women who are not always around each other or whatever. We're not going to get into that. But it pretty much was perfect at the end of the day. So anyway, so I was like, keep me out of it, keep me out. And I would pop in when I needed to, and I did pop in when I felt like it was too chaotic, and then I got right back out, but I wanted no parts. So anyhow, and the men, they were just chilling, literally. Like, it's always like that. Like, they had no issues. Will was literally kicked back. So anyway, so after we had our, you know, wedding shower, then it was time to pretty much, like, we basically just watching and waiting, like, exactly what was happening. Then things started slowly opening back up. So I was like, okay, cool, you know, we pretty much look like we're gonna be able to have this wedding still, right? Then things started getting hot again. So it was to the point then it was like, okay, we may have to change the date. You know, it really sucked, but I was just like, okay, you telling me to change the date? contacting the makeup artist first because that's who I want. And whatever she has available for next year, June, that's what we're going with. So she said she had, I think like a June, I don't remember what June date. So I had brought up the amount of people that we had at the beginning for a reason. So we went from 300, then they told us to drop it down to, I think like 100. And I was like, how the heck we are going to cut down? I know it sounds crazy right now thinking about it because it's like, girl, what? Like, it was for the better. I know that. And I knew that then too. But it's like, it was just so shocking because it was like, who do you choose? Who do you choose? And that 100 number also counted the bridal party. So we had a huge bridal party. So if I'm telling you 16 girls on my end, then we had my maid of honor, matron of honor, that's 18. Then, you know, my mom, my mother-in-law, the flower girls, whatever. That was about like, let's say 25. Let's just say 25. That's 25. Will's side pretty much added up the same thing because he had 4 best men. 25, 25. That's 50. So that means technically, and that's not including me and him. So that means we had to have only 50 people there. Girl, I was like, if that's the case, we can just move the wedding to another day because what? How do you make that decision? Like, that right there was hard. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I could do this. We literally tried. We cut people. It was like, if you're not married, you can't your boyfriend cannot come. Pretty much, you know, you had to bring, I mean, some people we let them slide with their boyfriend or girlfriend, but majority was like, look, if y'all not married, they can't come. So we were just like cutting down and stuff. Family that we didn't talk to, my parents was mad. You know, it was like, oh no, this person has to be there, politics and blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm like, well, are you gonna pay for their seat? And when their answer became no, then it was like, okay, then they cannot come. Sorry. I had to put my foot down. Yeah, you know, I don't like being mean, but it was to the point like, you know, me and Will is paying for majority of this wedding, so how y'all trying to add more people on the list? Honestly, a lot of things did work in our favor. Like I said, because of the whole pandemic thing, I'm grateful. I'm glad it wasn't 300 people. Being that, because a lot of the people who did attend our wedding that year, I can say I haven't heard from a good amount of them. Let's be honest. And we haven't. And so can you imagine 300 people? 300 people that what? That we would not like. You know, it honestly, it was a blessing and a curse at the same time with the whole pandemic thing that happened. But that right there, it helped us, you know, really reevaluate like who was important to us. At the moment, even though we don't talk to a lot of people now because life gets in the way, the people that were supposed to be there were there. And we had the time of our life. But I'm moving too fast. So anyhow, so also too with the whole pandemic thing going on, the venue was going to provide a lot of the things, but because of it, it was just like, okay, we'll just give you the venue and you can bring your own food, your own drinks, whatever. Just provide the ushers or whatever for like the bathroom ushers and stuff. You're going to pay for that and the venue, and that's it. That's all we paying them for. And it cut our costs so much. When I say I was like, God, you are good. We're going in with our Vanessa Myricks Yummy Flush, Yummy Skin Flush. It's not on here, but that's the name. And this is in the shade Dancing Queen. Beautiful color. And I'm gonna go in with, let's see, with this brush right here, which is my milk makeup brush. And it's this brush right here. It's pretty dense. First of all, I keep using that word dense. I don't even know what they mean when people say that. I'm not even lying. Oh my, I'm thinking because it's so thick, that's why they say dense. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I that's why I say it. This is like a thick, it got body to it. So I feel like That's what they mean. Anyways, I'm gonna tap it like this, very gently. Beautiful color, beautiful, beautiful. And I do this part honestly because it allows, when I apply the powdered blush, is gonna bring it out a lot. Anyways, like a month now before the wedding, they brought up the number. They say we can now have, I think, what, 150? Was it 150? Yeah, just about 150. So I'm like, okay. I was like, they said 150. Let's have 200 on our list, because at the end of the day, everybody's not gonna show up. For real, everybody's not gonna show up. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna have 200 on our list or whatnot. We're gonna invite 200, but everybody's not gonna show up. Now, what if 200 people would have showed up? We would have been screwed. Very much screwed. So when we did the list, we still was having a hard time. So I was telling my wedding planner, I was like, look, 230, 250, please, 250. I'm gonna have 250 on the list, and I'm sure all these people's not gonna show up or whatever. So she was like, no, the venue is saying that you cannot or whatever. We can't and stuff. You're gonna have to bring down your list and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how to do this. This is a lot, blah blah blah. So anyways, as time was going and stuff, when I say God is good, he came through for us in many ways that we did not imagine coming through. And when I say it was honestly a tough journey, being that we had to work 3 jobs and pay for this wedding on our own, and we still did it. We still did it, and I praise God for that, honestly. I'm gonna set my face, the first set, and I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter spray before we go in with powder. Alright, so I'm going to set my under eyes first with a pressed powder, and that's going to be my MAC Studio Fix NC50. And it seems like I'm talking a bit fast, and I am now because time. And I'm going to go in with my powder puff, which I got from Amazon. So we're going to go in with our Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in the shade Golden Orange. Same beauty puff, but flip it for the other side. So I was like, okay, when we have, 230, that many people is not going to show up. They're not. So, because they was like, actually, they said we can bring it up. I think they was like, we can bring it up to like 170 or something, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, okay, that's even better, because, we know these people are not going to show up. So, and if people started telling us that they couldn't make it and stuff, we're not replacing them, because at the end of the day, we had a number. So anyhow, like a few weeks before the wedding, there were a few people letting us know that, they couldn't make it and stuff. And, because of the whole COVID thing, they didn't want to risk it. And I'm like, that's understanding. Some people were telling us because our wedding was in one venue, outside and inside. And some people was like, they'll attend the ceremony, but because the reception was going to be in the inside, they didn't feel safe to be, in the inside part. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's understanding. Boom, that helped us too, because it was like, okay, good, the numbers are dropping, which is good, because it was exactly how I expected it to be. But then there were some people who did not tell us that they couldn't come, which kind of like made it hard for us too, because it was like, okay, we still, set up for them, but then, whatever. Wedding day came. Through all the chaos, honestly, through all the chaos, it was perfect. But before all the perfectness did come about, girl, wedding day came. I had my dress. I picked up my dress that week, I think. Yeah, that week. I don't remember what day, but it was that week. And what happened? For some reason, something was telling me the morning of our wedding, something told me, I don't know if I had like a dream or something told me that there's a high chance that my veil is not in there. So I told my sister, I was like, hey, can you go get the dress from the car and see if the veil is in there? Sure enough, got it. There was no veil in there. I'm like, what? Mind you, the bridal store that I got my dress from closes on Sundays. I was like, what? So I started sending, you know, the email, try to look for like the corporate number to see if I can get in touch with somebody, try to figure out what to do. Then I remember we went through 2 bridal places for the flower girl dresses and for my dress. So we contacted the lady, and she wasn't working that day either, but I was like, I need your help. You know, if you know I can buy a veil from you and stuff, because I don't have my veil, because we literally was like asking people around if I can borrow their veil from their wedding because I needed a veil. And let's fast forward a little bit. When they finally responded to the email, they said when they look in the system, I never purchased a veil. What? I never wrote back because at the end of the day it was like too much happening to even do that, and it would have took too much energy to go back and forth. I was just like, you know what, you can have that. Like, why in the hell would I have not gotten a veil? I tried on the veil and everything. My veil was supposed to match with the piece of cloth from my wedding dress. How did I not have a veil? And you see I didn't pay. Anyways, I was just like, it's not even worth the energy and stuff, right? Gonna do my liner, going with my I use a lot of Urban Decay products today. My Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade Perversion. I'm like looking at the time and but I'm almost done. All right, babe, so we're gonna have to speed up this process, like speed it up. Now I'm gonna go in with my Sephora number 50 brush to apply my finishing powder, which is my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade 75 Hazelnut. Let me wipe off this gloss from my lips because I like to apply this finishing powder on my lip too, because honestly it helps the lipstick. It helps the lipstick and stuff pop out even more. For me, being that you see my lips are pretty deep. Oh yeah, so yeah, the veil thing. So finally the lady was like, yes, she has a veil for me. She's gonna go to her store. She's gonna send me pictures, and then she's gonna come and bring it for me. Being that she lived in Hallandale, I think she lived in Hallandale, because our hotel was in the Aventura area, and Hallandale, Aventura area, and she didn't stay too far, so she was like, yeah, she don't mind bringing it to me. And so when I say after, like later on, I had to send this lady flowers because she helped me so much and she really did not have to. So anyways, she brought the veil and everything to the hotel, whatever. And then not only that, okay, so we had that. My mom came in the room, she prayed. It was nice and everything, you know. Try not to stress it at all. So who was on the phone? I think Bev was on the phone with my wedding planner. Oh no, my wedding planner was there, and she was on the phone with Will because he had to go drop off some things to the venue. It was sunny. It was very, very sunny where we were. Why? It was pouring rain at the venue. On the chairs, on the floor wrap, on everything. It was pouring rain. I pretend like I didn't hear, but I could hear through the phone that he was like, it's pouring right now, we can't get out the car type stuff or whatever. But my wedding planner, she didn't tell me any of this, and I respect her honestly for that, because, you know, even though I heard, you know, that honestly would have drove me crazy and stuff. And I was just like, God, please, because I noticed like they were stalling and stuff, and oh my God, it was just a lot. But it never rained where we were. It was cloudy, but it never rained. But the vibes were good. Met Emmy Tio for the first time. It was amazing. Hair chemistry, had her as my hairstylist, and amazing. It was good. I did hold back my tears, I did. But my sister cried, my mom cried. You know, it was perfect. Bev broke her back for me. Like, it was perfect. Now I'm gonna bronze, because I was over here about to lollygag. But yes, so I did my best not to cry. My makeup was, girl, to the T, as I expected it. And my hair, beautiful, everything. It was perfect. And even though the wedding was pushed back because, you know, they had to, you know, clean up and wipe down the chairs and just pretty much fix everything, It still ended up perfect. We're gonna go in with our bronzer, which like I said is Juvia's Place Bronze Bronzy. I didn't tell you guys the name, but it's the Bronze Bronzy, and this is in Deep Dark. I'm going in with my Danessa Marix brush, and this is, I think, Yummy Face 1.0. It's angled and it's dense. But anyhow, so it was just perfect. The wedding ended up starting at 6. Yeah, 6. There was people who was there for a long time, but it was packed. But everybody had their face mask on. Well, majority of people had their face mask on. It felt like I was in a different world. Like, the pastor was amazing. I was nervous. Like, my dad walked me down the aisle. I never had told you guys he was not planning on doing it. It was literally a tussle. It was like this big old thing. But at the end of the day, he came through. I cried at our first dance because I'm like, yo, you being real stubborn and making me go through all these emotions just for you to, you know, actually come. But he came through, and I was proud. I honestly felt like that little girl in me was healed and stuff, and it was perfect. And I married the man of my dreams. And yeah, so all in all, like, throughout this whole thing, it was perfect. I could not have asked for a better time. There was about 30 people who didn't show up, so all in all we had about 200. And we did set up for 200. Well, no, we set up for 230 because at the end of the day they ended up saying that we can have 230. But it was only 200 who did show up, which we had invited 230, but 200 showed up. Right? Does that make sense? They had said we could have like 170, 175, and then they had brought it up. I think I forgot to say that part. They had brought it up to 200, and then we had a list of 230, and then 30 people didn't show up, so we had a total of 200 people. So which was still perfect at the end of the day. Nobody caught COVID. I think you got, well, from what we know, nobody caught it from our wedding, which was good. Very happy. The host, perfect. Everything was perfect. So for blush, I'm gonna go in with 2 blushes. I'm gonna go in with my Maréna Beauty in the shade Cashmere Rose. It's very beautiful. And then I'm going to top it off. Well, I'm going to think about it. I'll probably top it off with my Juvia's Place Volume 5, which looks like, no, you know what? No, I'm not going to use Volume 5. I'm going to use Volume 1, which looks like this. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use both. I'm going back in with that same Milk Makeup's brush. But yeah, so honestly what I learned through that whole journey of us getting married and stuff like that, here I go with that and stuff like that, is that first of all, setting boundaries. Had to set those boundaries because, you know, although it was more so my dad was like, you know, oh, politics or whatever, this person has to be there, that person has to be there, that's your cousin, that's your this and that and the third. I still stood my ground and said no. Like, I haven't spoke to this person ever since I was a kid, so no. So, you know, having boundaries and stuff, and, you know, putting our foot down when it came to our family members, because everybody wanted to have a say-so. And people being upset with us that they didn't get an invite, or people not showing up without letting us know that it wasn't going to be there, you know, all of that and stuff. And like I said at the beginning, those who were supposed to be there was there. And that's that. Those who were supposed to be there was there. And I'm happy for, you know, that those who were there because we had the time of our lives. We did. We sure did. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and shout out to my brother too, who came through with being a groomsman, because we had a few who had to drop out. And my brother, because one thing about like the whole bridal party thing, Will and I decided like, hey, the groomsman is yours, you decide who's gonna be on your side, and the bridesmaids is mine, and I decide who's gonna be at my bridal party, and that's it. So because the groomsman's was all Will's, you know, he decided who was gonna be in and his party and stuff. And you know, the same thing vice versa. So when that whole dropout thing started happening, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I have a brother, I have 4 brothers at that. So it wouldn't hurt to ask. What's the most he's gonna say? No. So we asked and he was down for it. He paid quick and everything. So I appreciate my brother for actually doing that for us. And yeah, the best day of my life. I wish I can go back and do it all over again, because literally it was perfect. Perfect. So that's pretty much my story. It was kind of low-key more to it, but we're not gonna get into those details or whatever. But I just appreciate everybody who supported us in this journey, because we could not have done it without everybody who was there supporting us. I mean, we could have, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? We really couldn't have done it without them. They stuck through to the end, and we're forever grateful. So we just celebrated our 4 years, and cheers to many more. So I wish the same thing for my friend who is getting married today. It may be a tough journey. It may seem like a tough journey, but honestly, marriage is what you make it, you know? Marriage is what you make it. Don't put nobody in your business, girl, okay? Like, me and Will probably could argue just a little bit in the car, because we don't really too much argue like that. It's like a balance between us. I praise God. But like, if we're going somewhere, we probably like have like a bickering in the car and stuff, and then we walk into that event like nothing just happened, and you won't know. You would not know, because honestly, when it comes to those things, it is nobody's business. Nobody's. So, you know, and always keep God first. God is #1 in your marriage. Always pray together, do devotionals together as much as you can. It doesn't have to be every day, but do it as much as you can. You know, trust in God and stuff, and everything will work out accordingly. I promise you. Tough things will come. Tough things will come, because for us, we experienced another child lost, and that was kind of hard. It was not kind of, it was pretty hard. Some finance issues, us trying to move and we couldn't, and whatever, like all of that. And that, I'll talk about that in another video, because God is doing a major thing for us right now, and I can't wait to share it, you know, in the near future. But you know, things like that, and still through it all, we have one another, and we have God. So, you know, when people say marriage is so hard, you know, and what aspect are you talking about? For everybody, it's not hard. I can say there, you will have bumps. You will have bumps, but I cannot say that that's what makes it hard. You know, I don't know. Everybody's journey is different, but for me, I can't, like, a lot of people kept telling us, oh, marriage is gonna be so hard and blah blah blah, whatever, and you know, it's not gonna be easy and yada yada yada. And it was just like, okay, you know, okay, we're ready. And yeah, I'm not trying to get emotional. So I'm gonna set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Gonna spray that, make sure you test it, and then spray. Right. So I definitely did not end the right way, but I'm like, let me just do a voiceover while I do my lip combo here, because honestly, at this point, I was rushing. I know my hair look crazy right now, but I promise you, once I stop recording, I ran to the bathroom and fixed my hair. But all in all, I just wanted to say how, like, my wedding journey, I truly, like, would go back and do it all over again, because it was definitely an experience and it was amazing. It was trials, definitely, but it was worth it. And we were tested. We definitely were. But that's what this whole journey is about, and you just got to be ready to roll with the punches. And I just love it here. And I just want to say, for those who are getting married or in the process of getting engaged, or just waiting still, you know, be patient. Continue working on yourself. If you're with your future spouse now, continue praying with each other and allowing God to lead you both to the path that He wants you guys to walk in, because, you know, without Him, none of this would be it. None of us would be doing it, period. So that's all I wanted to really say. And I just love love. Love is amazing. Love is beautiful. Love is patient. Love is kind. Y'all know that verse. You know that verse, okay? Get to it. I think it's 1 Corinthians, somewhere in there, 1 Corinthians 13. But y'all, love is beautiful, but you have to first love yourself. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is not the end. I'm going to close it off soon, but this is in for my makeup. All right, beauties, so this is the finishing look. I hope you like it. I do gotta go and flat iron my hair a little bit more because I just noticed that some of it is not pressed properly. But we are done. As you know, I am pressed for time. We are about to rush out of here. It's already 3:52, 4 o'clock, waiting on Will, and we're gonna be out the door. So I'm gonna have the picture of the full outfit right here. Girl, hopefully you guys love today's chat, and let me know if you want more of chit chat and get ready with me. I enjoy doing those. I haven't done those in a minute, and today I just realized that I love this. So let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to comment down below of anything you would love to talk about next, or anything you would love to see from me next. And as always, I love you beauties, and I hope to see you babes on my next video. Bye.